I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. In today's live stream, let's discuss missed opportunities for getting your winnings out of the casino. When that happens, it's such a terrible feeling, isn't it? You finally starting to win more at slots, but then find out about a whole new problem you didn't even know existed. Getting your winnings home is hard. We've all been there, right? I know I have, but why is this happening? Frankly, it's lack of practice. We don't know how to get our winnings home because winnings happen to us so rarely. Until lately, I mean. Each of you are learning my strategies, whether you're finding my site for the very first time or have been around for 2.5 years of live streams, coming up on three. Each of you are learning my strategies, from my 5 pull method to my highly visible location strategy to my tough love approach, which I've talked about here, but you'll see that tomorrow night. So now you're winning and quickly finding out preserving gains isn't something you're good at. Not yet, anyway. So let's talk about missed opportunities to get out of the casino with your slot machine winnings. And of course, I'll be taking your questions because this is a live stream. I'm only saying that because, of course, the people who are live here now know it's a live stream, but you might be watching this after the fact. Hello to you watching this recording. Thank you for being here, and be sure to subscribe for notifications so you can have your questions answered the next time I do one of these. But either way, stick around, and I'm sure it will be of value to you, even if you are watching this after the fact. But those of you who are here live, thank you so much. If you have a question, please use hashtag question. Let me put that up on the screen. That's so I can be sure to spot your question to me instead of comments in the live chat to each other. After all, this is also a community video where friends check in with each other, partly about their slots play, partly about what's been going on lately in their area. And we all care for each other. So thank you for being here. Now, I also want to express my thanks to the other creators of slots channels who are quietly watching my live streams. I'm glad so many of you decided to watch. Educating yourself is important, and the gradual passing down of my concepts on to your audience members is how our gaming industry changes. So please enjoy the show. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at john@professorslots.com. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. And I will share that with you. But where is it? There it is. Okay. With my 30 days to play slots smarter and win, you also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free membership to my Slots Enthusiast paid growth network, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days, which is over here, and it is a long article about all the things that I provide, testimonials, what's in each section, what the sections are, and etc. So feel free to take a look at that, as well as full description of the bonuses that you can find, get free with the course. So visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. And we're back. So it's discouraging to win a couple of hand pays at your favorite casinos, then leave with nothing. Has that happened to you? I I bet it has. It's happened to me plenty of times early on, but far less often now. My my particular problem at the moment is when I win more than I thought I would by like a lot, and then I'm like, whoa, that's never happened before, and it's a new experience, and I have to adjust to that. So, it, it's. I hope that that gives you encouragement that it still happens to me under certain circumstances. That it's possible to reduce or eliminate this behavior because I've done that. Leaving with some or all of your winnings is a skill. Unfortunately, it's not a skill we're born with. It needs to be practiced and practiced often, which makes it an issue for many because of, yes, lack of practice. As word of mouth travels about my winning strategies, as slots enthusiasts are learning and figuring out which of those strategies work alongside their casino setups, players are starting to win at slots, which is precisely when they find out how good they are at preserving their gains. And it's hardly ever good news. They win, then lose most or all of it before going home. And they feel terrible about it. Terrible about it. You know that feeling, right? I certainly do. So, how do you handle it? How do you go from spending all your winnings to keeping it? First, realize this is the central problem of slots enthusiasts about after learning how to win. Once you figure out how to win, once you learn what works, then this is the next step. Take it seriously. Get serious. It will be hard. If your gambling goal is to make money, even if it's not your primary goal, giving your winnings back to the casino means you failed at your goal. But that ugly feeling of leaving with nothing is useful. Remember that don't waste this opportunity. Remember that feeling the next time you're at a casino. Focus on how you don't want to feel that feeling again. Pain is a useful teacher. The pain of giving yourself a bad grade on your slots performance. But don't let yourself be overwhelmed by it. That's something you have to be careful about. There is an element of forgiveness here because it is hard. It is serious. So treat it as such and forgive yourself. But remember that ugly feeling the next time you're at a casino because it's useful. You can use that bad memory as for exactly as long as you're unsuccessful at getting your winnings out of the casino. Because if you get your winnings out of the casino, any of it, that's a good feeling. That's when you switch from remembering the bad feeling, because it's all you have that's useful, to forevermore remembering the good feeling, because that's more useful. The last time I was in Las Vegas, which happened to be on the 4th of July, not this year, I took a $4,000 bankroll for slots. A few days before my visit, I won 2 hand pays at my local casino, totaling just over $14,000. And so I took 40 $100 bills with me through airport security, which I wondered about while I was standing in line. But when I got to Las Vegas, I went to 8 casinos on the strip and spent $500 at each of their high limit slots rooms. And I lost it all. It was an education for me. The way I looked at it, I spent $4,000 on a lesson. And if I learned a life lesson, truly learned it deeply, I'd save more money for learning that lesson than I spent, right? I scrutinized what I learned to find $4,000 or more of value. And guess what? I found it. I realized I'd learned how to evaluate high limit slots rooms forevermore. And isn't that a valuable lesson? Or I could have walked away feeling bad about myself, not realizing the multiple lessons I could have learned, which I share with you, if you are having trouble getting out of the casino with your winnings. If you're having trouble, learn the lesson you're paying for. You've paid good money for that lesson. Use it. Don't let those valuable lessons go to waste. So if you're terrible at it, start by taking your normal bankroll to your casino. If this is for people who are just awful at it, which is all of us when we got started. If you're terrible at it, start by taking your normal bankroll to your casino. Walk around, maybe have lunch or dinner, then leave without playing slots. Can you do it? Is it possible for you to do it? I recently had a consultation with someone who was very unsure if they could, but the casino was only 5 miles from their home. So I advised them to go, then leave without playing slots. Then email me to tell me if they were able to do it. Well, a couple of days later, they emailed me. They'd gone to their nearby casino with their normal bankroll, but they decided to play slot machines and won a hand pay of just over $3,000 and left with all of it. Well, part of their consultation was about how to win at their casino, so that part went well, and they did leave with their winnings, so there's that too. Good enough, I suppose. It certainly paid for their consultation and then some. I really should raise the price of consultations, like by a lot, maybe someday. Um, So get out of the casino with your winnings, at least some of them, some of your winnings, and then remember that good feeling and use it the next time you win at a casino. You want that wonderful feeling again, right? Right? The next step is to have a plan, a preserving gains plan. Figure out your plan before going to the casino so you don't have to come up with it under exciting, intoxicated, tired conditions with an endorphin influenced brain. Figure it out at home. Do you have a preserving gains plan? You know what you'll do if you win? Do you have 3 plans? One for winning less than a hand pay, a second for winning just over hand pay, and a third for winning a massive hand pay. What are they? Write them down, because think it through now so you only have to remember them later instead of trying to figure it out from scratch under less than ideal circumstances on the casino floor when everybody and their mother is congratulating you. So let's review. Use that ugly feeling of leaving with nothing to next time leave with something, and promptly forgive yourself to get over it. Now, use that good feeling of leaving with something as something to encourage yourself to do it again and again and then again. It takes practice, and you may have setbacks, but focus and learn the valuable lesson you've already paid for, and get better at leaving with more and more of your slots wins. And remember, you will be overwhelmed again. We can't, we get used to big wins, hand pays, and even big hand pays, but there's always a bigger hand pay out there that you'll want to get ready for. So you don't lose it all, because that would be a shame. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free membership to my Slots Enthusiast Growth Network, where you'll get community support and accountability. We meet weekly and have a very lively Zoom meeting, group meeting, where we all see each other and we all talk, and we talk about a particular topic, and then we raise questions, and it's all very much back and forth, and we learn from each other as much as my being there. So visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about these free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. So let's take a look and see if we have questions. I have not had a live stream. Oh no, I'm sorry, JL. JL says I'm horrible, and so many are. I thought about asking everybody the question, show of hands for who's terrible at this, but I thought, we don't need to do that. And hello, Jason. Good to have you here tonight. Let's see. My list says there are so many slots, and multiple slots meet one or more of the strategies. Remember that I don't have strategies. I have counter strategies. And what is it countering? It is countering the manipulation setup that the casino is using. And they usually only use a few manipulation strategies against the players in their casino. Too many of them is too expensive, and it works at cross purposes. So we're lucky they have a couple. And so you need to match up my strategy, my counter strategies against what they're doing. So, it's not, how did I put this? There's a gentleman called Jimmy the Greek, who was a famous poker player once upon a time. And he said something which I will paraphrase. I won't quote him directly because that might be a copyright violation, but to misquote him deliberately for slots: don't play the slot machine, play the casino. And that's a variation of what Jimmy the Greek said about poker. Don't play the other don't play the card game of poker, play the other player. I hope that helps you. Camilla says, thanks for the new live stream. No, I'm not going back to the casino until the end of this year. And I will be taking a locked bank, leave money cards at home, follow a strict plan, etc. Yes, I think, did you find you have a locked bank? I know you said you're in Canada, so you have those polymer bills. The money in Canada is made out of plastic. And so it's really hard to slide them into that bank. I think I have, you can't quite see it, but there's one right there. So I know we talked about getting like a little piggy bank or some sort of box that might be a little bit larger, not the size of a wallet, as some people use, but it has a key that you can leave home and make it all lockable. Um, uh, Hello, Francis, Mr. Slots. Hey, don't demote me. I'm Dr. Slots. No, that's right. The URL wasn't available. Somebody already had that. So I went with Professor Slots, which is less medical. So Mr. Slots, people call me Mr. Friel. And I'm like, what? You're demoting me. And I never can make that work. Uh, JL says willpower is a trap. You have to encourage yourself. Yeah, with enough willpower, you can operate in yourself, but you go into shock and there's nothing you can do about that. Build a plan, build discipline, advance in progress. And that is a little bit of willpower, more and more each time. Discipline. Francis says, I love what you just said. You're wonderful and smart too. Well, it is a fact that I'm educated, 8 college degrees, including a PhD, mostly in physics and engineering. For those degrees, a little bit of math, some business thrown in. You can see them on the wall over here. Just some of those 8 degrees. Uh, there you go. One more, 2 more there. Okay, so I'll put it back. And so it's a fact that I'm educated. It's an opinion that I'm smart. And but thank you for your opinion. I appreciate that. Francis says, one thing I noticed in my casino, no windows or clocks. Your thoughts, please. Oh, that's just typical. I mean, there's not much you can point to in a casino that is on in every casino, but it's pretty much true that I unless your casino is like a convenience store, there might be a clock, but most casinos have nowhere to be found, and that's deliberate. That is well known, and it is manipulation. If you can't see what time it is, you don't realize you have to leave, and the casino would very much like you to stay. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Easy. Same way with windows. Oh, the sun is set. Oh, the sun is rising. Oh, the sun is setting a second time. Whatever they can do to get you to stay. One of the things that's less common, like firekeepers. Jason knows this. Firekeepers in Southwest Michigan, tribal casino. It's I found it so hard to find the exit. I came in, kind of turn a corner, and it's after that, it's just sort of like I walked by it 3 times before I could see the exit, and I was like, walk by, and then I walked by, and then I was like, I'm gonna walk the edge of the casino slowly, and I'm going to investigate everything. It's like those can't see the corner sort of situations, and it's amazing. I walked around for a while not being able to leave when I distinctly wanted to leave, and that's one of the things that they can do. Another thing, like is it Derby City? I think it's Derby City in Kentucky, where, and I've seen it this other places where all the aisles curve and there's no straight aisles. And that's something else where, it just seems like the casino is kind of endless. You walk, you walk twice as far as it would take just to go in a straight line, but you can't go in a straight line. And every time you turn, you're facing slot machines, turn, you're facing slot machines, turn, you're facing slot machines. And so they're making you look at slot machines. Where if you're walking down the aisle, you're looking forward and only seeing down the aisle, unless you glance to the side. But they're making you look at slot machines with that. This is the casino manipulation stuff. And like I said, there's so many of them, and I have counter strategies. If they want me to look at machines as I turn and I turn and I turn, those are the only machines to play, because it's only the first step of the manipulation. You look at that, and I think he's taken a nap, and oh my goodness, he's been having a bit of a problem lately. Okay, wow. My eyes are burning. But okay, so, if they're going to force me to look at machines, uh, then I have to wonder if they have a second step to their plan, which is, give them a win, give whoever sits down a win, and because that would be an excellent second plan for the casino to have, and then take all their money. So I'm like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play 5 bets, 5 spins, and then I'm going to go to the next machine, and I'll take that taste as well and go to the next machine. So see how that works? Where my strategies are counter strategies. The casino does the curved aisles back and forth like some snakes. And so when I see that, I say, "Aha, my counter strategy is to do these things." And worked great. Worked great. Right. So let me see where I'm at. Uh, hey, Navy Mom. Uh, Evening. For those of you, it's evening. um, Yes, Camilla, we've talked a little bit about this. I thought, if you can get the box with a slot in it to push the money in, um, then you can leave the keys at home. But if you don't have a slot in the side, then you have to sort of figure out how to put a slot in the side. I mean, you could hacksaw it or have somebody cut one into it, but just because you can leave the key home if you can put money in it without the keys. But on the other hand, if you take a lock box, like any other cash out box or even something that's, as big as a book, and might still fit in your purse, your bag, your jacket pocket, and then maybe give the keys to your spouse or give the keys to your friend, and then that way you don't have the keys, and it's a bigger box and won't be limited to like 30 or 50 bills, like the lockable wallets, the different models. Did I show you that? I should show you that. Just because people are like, "What? Lockable wallets? What?" So let me pull that up for you, and it will be loading here. Okay, and I'll make that big. So let me um, that big, and then I'll show it to you. It's because otherwise, it's just way too small for people looking at this on a. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. And so these are them. Oops. Let me move to the side a little bit more there and remove that comment. Okay, so this is the, what is it? Gamble Box 200. No, Winners Bank 200. And the Gamble Box. The Gamble Box is much smaller, only how it's 30 bills, and they have keys that you can leave at home. I'm going to click on this one, which I hope doesn't mess me up. And so you can get it in pink, black, and blue. And that's the prices. And so you can see a slot at the top. That's what that paper is. That's the front of it. This is the little piece that they give you to slide into the slot so you don't try to stick it in there, and they talk about folding it. That's been very useful tool for a lot of people. But I know because your money, your currency is plastic, Camilla, that the other boxes that are on Amazon might be better. And so, whatever works for you, please. Yes, JL, I win and get overly excited, and at some point the tide turns usually, and I just enjoy the game's bonuses, etc., which is fine. It's very entertaining to win some money, and then you get to spend it all. But if you want to keep any of it, then you have to learn how to keep any of it. Keep any of it, and not everybody, wants to. Some people are just like, great, more money to spend, and I'll spend it. But there are some people who have maybe not their top goal to make money, maybe their top goal, but maybe not their top goal. Maybe they just want to, take some of it home and pay the rent or the car payment or, mortgage or student loans. That was a favorite of mine. Oh, I just made enough to pay the student loans this month. Excellent, excellent. So if you want to keep money, and I'm not saying you have to, uh, you got to get it out of the casino one way or another. I mean, we could talk about if it's a hand pay over 1,200 or more dollars, then when you get that from the slot attendant, you can ask for a check. There's other techniques, but the missed opportunities that people I wanted to share was using the bad feeling to get out of the casino or the yes. Okay. Use the good feeling of my kids. My, we're being inundated with animals now. And you're going to come up here or not? You're thinking about it, aren't you? Well, if Emil does, then we will see him. Yeah. Okay. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let me see if I can. Over here. Over here. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Don't press buttons. Don't press buttons. Don't press the keyboard. And now Isaac is like following. Bye. Okay. Sorry for the intermission. And they remember to stay high when the dog is down low and can't climb on top of the refrigerator, or at least not yet. Great. Let's see. So Michael says, discuss progressive slots with a not to exceed jackpot. You have to actually find these. The easiest way, and if I had anticipated this question, I'd go find an image of not to exceed by, must pay by, a little symbol underneath the progressive jackpots, either the grand or the major. It's a different number for each progressive, and there's multiple progressives on a slot machine. And so you're looking for numbers that say the that give a, what is that? Okay, I think we're settled now. There are numbers that on some progressive slot machines that tell you it will hit by this number, and it could hit any time, but it must hit by the displayed number. And so when you look at a progressive slot machine, some of those actual progressive, which is slowly climbing, will be close to that listed number, and others will be far away. So when you have that information on the slot machine, then you are not going for the progressive. You are going for one of the progressives, the one that's closest to the must hit by, the must pay by amount, because you could go for the one that's furthest, but then you'd have to spend a lot more money. And so you have to sort of make a decision. Is it close enough to the win by number, the hit by number, in order for you to have made money winning it? And so that's the consideration there. Now it gets a lot more, I call progressive slot machines, he's chewing his bone. I call progressive slot machine players specialists, because often the slot machine doesn't actually display the must hit by. It just has a must hit by and has a must hit by, but it doesn't display what it is. So you have to spend trip after trip after trip learning what is it. You go, you look at a bunch of different slot machines, and you see what the major is, and you see, and you say, okay, it gets this high. And then you come back later and you keep notes and you say, oh, it's not as high. Okay, I know it gets higher. And then you come back later and it's like, oh, it's more than the last time. Okay, that's the current highest value for that progressive. And you continue until you find it never goes over a certain amount. And the better you know that number, the less expensive it will be to play that slot machine. Again, it could win at any time. Somebody could win, drop to the lowest amount, and win again. But what you're trying to do is improve your odds by waiting for it to get close to the must hit by number and take that. And so And that's what you are trying to do. And the less money you spend to get it there, the more profit you make. And that's basically it. Now, there is a third kind of progressive where they will stop climbing. I've seen this at Riverwalk casinos and a few other places where it goes to a certain cap and then it just stays there for the next 6 months. And normally, before it got to that, whoever was playing that machine, it would be added to each of the progressives, not an equal amount to each. The bigger progressives would balance across them in a certain way, weighted averages, right? And that would build up. But then once it reached a cap on some machines, are we good? We good. On some machines, then what you're looking, you can't win on those because they'll just stop. And the casino will, that little incremental amount each time to get it to that value. Well, then the casino begins to just take that, and that's an additional profit for that machine. And it's not helpful to play it when it's higher, because it's no guarantee that it's going to offer a win. Yeah, and that's basically the three things. And you can look up my progressive slots strategy under strategies on YouTube, under strategies on my website. I'll show you where that is. Easiest thing is to I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do that one. I don't want to. Yes, I'll do this one. So if you go to easiest thing to go here. So this is the main page, professorslots.com. And if you can see this here, and I, once again, didn't make my mouse large. Let me make my mouse large so that you can see it. Boing, 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 boing. Okay. And so here, see that word strategy? If you click on that, you'll go, where is it? Here. You'll go to my category, strategies. So this is the one about Washington. This is the one about Friday observations, online slot strategy, highly visible locations, casino observations, repeat wins 4 times to sync your gameplay to casinos, and page after page. And so there is, I guess I'll keep going. Next page, you're looking for progressive, let's see, all the way to progressive jackpots, small, large, and life-changing. And so if you click on that, you will be taken to the article, which has a video, which will soon have a podcast episode as well. Okay, so again, this is basically a shortcut of what I just said, and advantages and disadvantages. And so all that is there available for you for free, but it's kind of like dumping you, dropping you and putting you in the deep end of the pool. And I'm not explaining the concepts. And so that's why I have a course to step you through it, because the first thing about the course is not to talk about the strategies, is talk about stuff that will help you understand what the strategies are when I get to it, because I'm not trying to give you fish. I am trying to teach you to fish. Okay. Bormite nickel, is that what you are? Bromide? Anyway, Nikki, I guess I always call you, haven't been real successful at the 5-spin strategy. So there's 2 steps to the 5-spin strategy. Do you win tastes on more than half of the machines that you try? Does your casino have tastes? That's step 1. Step 2 is it profitable? Because at the first step, if you don't have steps, if you don't have taste, there's nothing you can do. Don't go to the casino. Maybe check it again in 6 months, I guess. But if they don't have it, they don't have it. But if they do have it, if you get tastes on more than half of the machines, but don't get a good return, then it's just a matter of being more careful about which machines you pick at the end of the row machines and highly visible machines, and maybe, check to see if there's a better time of the day of the week, when the odds been turned up because of whatever crowd they're getting, good, bad, whatever. This is other strategies. And this is where you start combining strategies to make the 5-spin method be the best circumstances possible to have a better return. So, are you not getting tastes? In which case, my answer is give it up. That manipulation, that yes, Isaac, that that attempt to use the casino's manipulation against you back on them has failed. They don't have that manipulation to turn back on them. But if they do have taste, then it's just a matter of finding the right time and the right machines to get a good return. Maybe the right month as well, because that's all adjustable. Yeah, casinos are designed. Your international experience is correct. Yeah. Uh, and Navy Mom says Gambler's Box on either eBay or Amazon works great. Always leave with something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Camilla's, you made that point to me. Thank you for pointing out that the polymer money of Canada is just too slippery to want to go into those devices. They don't fold well. Yeah, yeah, sure. That's I think that Dave Ramsey, the financial guru, we can use the envelope method that he talks about, but I don't think that he would sponsor this. He doesn't like gambling. I noticed that. Um, Jan, welcome, Jan. Your internet was out. I was, according to my watch, I am supposed to be getting like a thunderstorm, and there's nothing going on. The sun is shining, so we shall see. And thank you, Camilla, for mentioning. I hope that you're doing okay, Jan. If there wasn't a serious reason for your internet to be out, I worry about people. So yes, please hit the like button. There is a where is it? There's a like button. Which one is this? This one. There's the like. Please hit the like, and that would be awesome. We'd get more people to be aware that there's a live stream going on and come in and ask questions. And Nichols says, do you like casinos in downtown Vegas or Strip? Going there in fall. I love the returns on downtown, but something you want to watch out for. I have an article on this, videos on this, is the weekends. Be very aware that all Nevada casinos, no matter which city it is, including Las Vegas, they love to take money from visitors on the weekend. The little towns on the border to Arizona, California, Utah, they love to take Reno. They love to take money from visitors on the weekends and then raise the odds during the week for locals to keep them happy. And so be very careful on the weekends if you're going on the weekends. Playing slots on the weekends is like hitting a wall, and then the wall is removed early Monday. And so from Friday sometime to early Monday, it's just awful. You can still win. I mean, you can still win, but you're working so much harder to find any advantage that it can be a real challenge where it's, talk about winning money and then losing it all. Lots of people have contacted me and said, I went to Las Vegas, I was doing great, and then I was doing terrible. What the heck? And I said, did it switch over to Friday? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's right. That's it right there. And they're like, wow, I had no idea. And then there's people who contact me after they come back and say, I wish you could have told me before that. And I'd say, did you know I existed? Had you been to my channel yet? And they're like, no. And I'm trying to get the word out. As much, look at me, for your own sake, before you go to Las Vegas. Come on. I want to say thank you to, wow, that was loud. Thank you to Francis for your donation of $5. It is much appreciated. This is a super sticker. I can't show it on the screen, but if you're in the live chat, you can see, I forget, what's Gigi? It's a gamer term, and I use it all the time, but I don't use the words GG. Okay. Sorry, I drawn a blank. I'm not going to Google it right now. But thank you, Francis, for the donation. It is much appreciated. And Linda says they have those slots must hit by $10,000 in my local casino, but it's hard to get into playing them because everyone is hovering around them to wait for the $9,948 last week. Yes, this is a well-known strategy. But so if there's a must hit by number, you're going to have trouble getting on the machine. But there's a couple, and I didn't go into detail. It's a rather long article. I didn't go into every detail about the progressive slot strategy. One of the things that you can do is if everybody in the carousel of connected progressive slot machines are making minimum bets, let's say there's 6 seats and 1 seat's empty, and everybody's making minimum bets and watching that number go up. If you make maximum bets, which can be 5 times as much, then your chance of winning is 50%, where all of the rest of the people together would be 50%, and you are half likely to win. Where if you made minimum bets, you're 1 in 6 instead of 1 in 2. Okay. And other stuff to watch for. Jan. Hi, Jan. Thank you for using #question. That's awesome. Somebody finally did it. Me, I'm just reading comments and talking about them, but now we have a question. Just got a postcard from a casino to convert your free play dollars into a gas card. I don't know why they haven't been doing this all along. Just, somebody give out gas cards. I didn't think of this. I experienced this in, what was it? 2014. Yeah, 2014, there was a gas crisis. It was, sorry, I don't mean to make everybody laugh. It was almost $5 a gallon. and it got up that high, and it was pretty high. And so I was top tier, playing a lot on high limit slots. That's my personal preference. That's where I learned a lot of this. And then nowadays I take $300 and I play for a couple of hours, and yeah, stop licking me, Isaac, and licks your elbow, and it's just like, stop. I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. Okay, pat. So I went in, and there's a long line, and I was 7 stars at this horseshoe, and I got in the short line, which had no people in it, and everybody kind of like, you've had that. Have you had that experience before? I took my sister, gave her my companion card, went to the Diamond Lounge in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, flew her out there. It was +1, one guest +1. Me +1, 7 stars annual trip, and I chose Las Vegas, and I chose to take my sister, who flew out of Detroit, and I flew out of Cincinnati. But in any case, we were walking up that long hallway to the Diamond Lounge, you know what I mean? And she says, "Oh, look at the line," and I'm like, "Nope. We're going to walk past these people because there's another line, but there's nobody in it up at where they're letting people in." And she says, "Really?" I says, "Yes. But I want to warn you that you kind of will feel like the eyes on the back of your neck from like 150 pairs of eyes, 300 eyes on your back of your neck. And it might feel a little bit like daggers." So I want you to walk up there. I don't want you to, be too proud or anything like that, but you can strut a little. You can strut a little. So we walked up there, and she's like, "Wow, that's that feeling." And then they just let us right in. So that's what happened when they gave me gas cards. They gave me $225 because that was the usual amount that I would get for free play, and they gave me $225 and $25 gas cards. And if you want to know what that's like, ask Paula, because Paula's an old family friend, and I pretty sure I gave her one of those. Yeah, and so fond memories. Yeah, they should be doing that right now. Is there a better selling technique? "Oh, it's so expensive. You don't want to go this far. Well, we'll give you gas." How does that sound? JL, what about playing to maintain a certain tier like platinum at MGM Rewards? That is actually quite the complicated question. Was it February, only about 4 months ago, MGM made it twice as hard to maintain their tiers because they changed how much a dollar was worth in tier points, and so it became twice as hard. And so if you want to do that, if you want to have um, uh, if you want to maintain a certain tier, what you're looking for are how do I put this? It's not what other people might call winning machines, yet it is a winning machine. You are looking for machines that cycle bankrolls. To somebody who wants to make money, it's not a winning machine. But to you, who just takes $300 and it bounces up to 330, bounces down to 270, 330, 270, 330, you're constantly winning, but you're not advancing. You're not increasing your bankroll. You're just sitting there for hours after hours after hours, making maximum bets, increasing your tier level. So for you, if that's your only goal or your primary goal, you're looking for machines you don't lose on. They can be winning machines, but it can also be break-even machines where you cycle bankrolls, and that's how you maintain it. So start looking for that. Most people don't even know to look for them. Look for them. There are more of them than there are machines that you can win on. As I've told this people in the live streams several times in the past, there are up to three winning machines at your casino where you make money, but there's more where you break even. And that's what you're looking for. Or maybe after 6 hours, you actually spend that $300 and go up half a tier. It's $300 well spent. Yeah. Question. Excellent. Leroy, do you think mid-August is a bad time for the slots in Vegas? I haven't looked at the returns, but if you look at the returns, and I have one coming up. Have I done that? I haven't done that. It's something I do in consultations when it's off schedule. But I have these regular, where is it? Like, for instance, put that away. Come on, go there. So this is an article called Kentucky Slots Return to Player 2021 to 2022. And I'm going alphabetically through 20 states that offer monthly return statistics. And I have things like this. And you can watch videos here where that's the returns. But now that is Derby City, Ellis Park. I've highlighted each one. Keeneland, Red Mile, and such. So I'm trying to provide this for people. And I know you asked about Nevada, but you can do that with Nevada. I will do that for Nevada, but Nevada is not scheduled for, I think, a month or two. If you want me to do it sooner, I will. So what I'm trying to say is maybe last August it was the worst of the year. Maybe it was the best of the year. Check last August. Don't check 2020 because that's a crazy year, and 2019 is best. And so what I want to do is check 2019 and lay it January to January, December to December, one under the other, and see when is the peak season, when is the minimum season, and where does August lie, year after year after year. That takes work. I haven't done that specifically, but you could do it if you're into spreadsheets, or I could do it for you. Should I take out taxes one time hand pay, or if you win many hand pays? This is This I am not an income tax professional, so you'd want to talk to an income tax professional about your specific needs, because I don't even know if you have deductions, for instance, which is important. I don't know if you gamble in Oklahoma, which if you're but you're not a resident, because they have a cap on how much you're spent on how much you can deduct in gambling deductions, and that can be a real issue. And also, do you have city taxes, municipal taxes? Do you live within city limits and they have taxes? Because I did that. I won a whole bunch of money, and I lived in town. I didn't know it. I was in an apartment, and I found out that I owed a lot of money and taxes to the local city. And so are you inside of town? So there's a lot of questions that your professional tax preparer can help you with, and it's just too many possibilities. I like to take out taxes for federal and state on the first couple if I expect to get a bunch of hand pays in a year, just to be safe. Because if you keep gambling records, then you should be able to get all that back. But again, if you're in special circumstances, there's a lot of different possibilities, and CPAs know these things, and I don't know enough details about that. I'm not an income tax professional. So I like to have taxes taken out just to be safe. It's always a learning experience for slots enthusiasts when they get their first hand pay, because once it all gets sorted out after the next income tax report, you prepare your annual income taxes the next year. You learn a whole lot about what you did right and what you did wrong. Yeah, it's not a simple question. Um, let's see. Steve says Miami Valley Gaming, that's in Ohio, not too far from me, was giving gas cards a few months back. It's like such an obvious thing, right? Let's see what else. Comments back and forth. Francis, I don't understand. I earned that upgrade in your tier level. Now I have to downgrade, pay fees, etc. Very sad. Your thoughts, please. Yeah, it's basically everything changed with MGM rewards in February, and so it's a whole new system. I think one of the changes was MGM. Isn't MGM where you get a status and you can't lose it? That you always have that status? Um, Seems to me that's what it was. But there's other ones that have put a limit so that you only have the status. It used to be for a full year, and if you got to 7 stars this year, then it would be for all of next year, but not the year after that, because you'd have to earn it next year. And so they started putting a 6-month limit on some players cards. So check the details of the players card and see what's going on. These are investments that you're making in your players club, and sometimes the good investment turns into a bad investment. 7 stars really took a hit to the next level down when I was 7 stars. And people used to talk about what it used to be like, but it was the best thing I'd ever seen. And then now 7 stars is like not even a patch on what I got. And so, yeah, it's an investment, and keep track of your investment and how it's going. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Leroy. That's what I thought I remembered about. I went to MGM Grand Detroit, and I thought they let you keep the status. So I'm not exactly sure if uh, Francis is talking about the old system, or exactly what's going on, what fee he's paying. So details, details, details. Check the brochure. Check online for what's going on with the latest in MGM. I mean, they may have changed it because people were so upset, even since last February. They can do whatever they want, and they can change it whenever they want. In large part because they don't. In large part because they don't write it down, and so it's not like they can change it. Not like they have anything that they have to switch. Um, Lynn M, using the caps button. Major is higher than grand now on a penny slot machine by $4,000. Been like this for months, and so still no win. Any suggestions on how to win it? Major is higher than grand now on the penny machine by $4,000. So it's not stopped. It's still progressing. Do you know? See, if there is no cap, right? It's like the Powerball, the lottery, right? If nobody wins, it goes up, and if nobody wins, it goes up, and it can. Nobody, if nobody wins forever, it will go up forever. And so that's a type of progressive slot machine where it doesn't have a must hit by, and so there's no advantage of playing it. And so you've got to figure out which type you have at your casino. This is why being a progressive jackpot winner is so specialized, because it takes work, but it takes maybe 3 months, 6 months, depending on how many times you go to a casino, to figure it out. But once you figure it out at your casino, then that's valuable information. Don't share it with anybody unless they're super friends with them, because rumor gets out, and everybody has your hard-won information. Having bragging rights is one thing, but bragging about your hard work is another. So, become a specialist, figure out what's going on. And it sounds like it's just keep on going. And so I don't see any advantage to that. Try to find out if, I don't know, try to find out what's going on with your casino. It isn't a quick answer. Well, I am looking at my watch, and it's saying bad thunderstorms, and I've got like no clouds in the sky, so I don't know what's going on, Fun. But I am in Ohio, and you are in South Carolina, or are you visiting North Carolina to go to the casinos? Yes, be safe and Fun. Him and his wife are part of the Slots Enthusiast Growth Network. Fireworks going on. Lots of Enthusiast Growth Network. And yes, I will see you at the Zoom group meeting, actually see you and talk with you on Thursday night when we have that. Yep, JL, keep working on MGM rewards, and don't worry about what it was before. Find out what it is now. Good for you. Okay, so we've been at this for an hour, and I would ask you for more questions. I will give you a few seconds. I'll talk about something else in the meantime. And one of the things I wanted to tell you about was I am putting up, not that, I'm putting up this. Yes. So what I am doing is putting up, I guess I'll put it like this. Yeah. If you can see this is my posting schedule that I'm going through. And I've made a bunch of changes. I'm actually posting quite a bit now. That's what I've been doing this last week or so, last 10 days or so. I'm also going through a upgrade, kind of a visual upgrade, more bullet points, more diagrams, same content pretty much for the course, which I am started working on. It's going to take me about 40 days. So in the beginning of August, I will raise the price again from what I have for it, which is $80 off for a 40% markdown discount. But that's the price is going to go up again, like it just did last weekend or a week ago. But I'm posting at 7 a.m. every day, 9 a.m. every day. The first one is an image. The second one of people's slots wins. The second one is a shorts video. I am building a library on YouTube. I'm posting this on TikTok and also on Twitter and Facebook. So this library is available in each of those locations. I have 3 live streams, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then I'm going to be posting 4 days a week on a slots topic. And tomorrow is the next one, and it's going to be the tough love method, which is going to be not only an article but a video on YouTube and a podcast episode. So I'm switching to those who've been waiting for the last podcast episode. It's been a little bit more than a week since I put up the last one. I'm switching over from interviews to a couple of things that I'll be presenting as a different format, but I'll be putting out 4 a week, or as many of these articles as I can make. We'll see how busy it makes me with all the other things I have going on, but I expect to be putting out 4 videos, 4 podcast episodes, 4 articles, besides all this other stuff each week. State by state slots on Thursdays, and that's the 56 states, territories, and federal districts, and then a state by state return to player, and there's only 20 of those. Right. So, Nikki, ever do vids of actual casino play? Have you looked at my shorts shelf? There are some 5 spin demonstrations there of what I did, and so I put that up there right now. But all that was kind of like at a casino that no longer exists. It was purchased and is operated by somebody else. So I'm hopefully won't get in trouble because I didn't have a contract. But now I'm working on getting a contract with a local casino so that I'm not going to join the entertainment slots channels and come in last place. I don't need to do that. What I thought would be helpful would be for me to show you what the 5 spin method looks like, and show you what a winning machine looks like, and show you what a break even machine, how do you can tell, and a few other things where I can use it as a teaching experience. But just to sit there and, drink a soda and, play machines mindlessly and edit out long losing streaks, or spend the $15,000 for the camera that works for doing live streams from the casino. How good is their Wi-Fi? It just not, it doesn't support my channel if I don't show you how to win. If I just show you winning, that's different from showing you how to win. Finding a winning machine is key. Once you found it, that's all I can show. But I've realized there's a couple of things that you might want to see and understand, and a few things to show for that. Denise says, are racinos the same as casinos in Ohio? I've tried to hit a hand pay sitting on the end machines near busy aisles. Any advice? Sure. If you go to, let's see if I can, yes. What are you guys doing? I don't know what my dog is doing. So I'm trying to find. Oh, why did that happen? That's interesting. Okay. So I am trying to find reviews for you because I did one most recently of Belterra Park. And there it is. Okay, so let me share. So this is my article on Belterra Park. If you type professorslots.com/Belterra-Park right there, you will see my article. And there's a video online. And this is, can I show you this? Maybe make it a little bigger in case you're on the phone. This is the player win percents through March. This thick blue line is Belterra Park. Which one do you not want to play? There are 4 casinos in Ohio. There are 7 racinos, as you may know. And all 7 racinos are lower returns than all 3 casino resorts. Been that way since beginning of 2021, except for minor little changes. Let's see. Yeah. So in March was for the first time, Hollywood was just a little bit lower than Hollywood. Toledo was just a little bit lower than Hollywood Dayton, but otherwise for a year and 3 months, all 4 casinos were above all 7 racinos with racetracks and slot machines only. So that's something, right? And so otherwise, read the article. I'm going to be having soon coming out with the Ohio return to player, where I'll go through all of these and get the latest returns. And I'll be doing that again and again and again every 4.5 months, because I'll do 20 and then I'll start back at the beginning alphabetically and do 20 and go back and just keep doing that. But that's as fast as I can do it. 1 a week is as fast as I can do it. And besides which, nobody cares. I mean, the people who do care really care, but it doesn't get a lot of traction on YouTube. It doesn't, get a lot of views. I think it's because I show graphs. Maybe if I made them pretty colors or did animation or something, it would do better. So another question, Jan, does Louisiana publish win percentages per casino? I think actually Louisiana is return to players coming up on Friday, if I can maintain my schedule. Yes, they have monthly return statistics, and they publish it. Well, the question usually is, it's a minor point, but the question usually is it the casino win percentage, or is it the player win percentage? Because casinos win 10%, but players win 90%. And so is it around 10% or is it around 90%? And so that's the difference between the two. You can subtract one from the other to subtract one from 100% to get the other. And that is, yes. And that is, what Louisiana has. Yeah, they're available. And I think it was you, Jan, that told me that they were late last month, but you called them and they said somebody had been let go and they had to retrain an individual, and so they're a little bit behind. That's the sort of human behavior you get from gaming commissions. Their good help's hard to find. MC, I didn't see a hashtag question on yours, Mike, but I sort of read it anyway. Per region or particular casino, I don't recall. Okay, let me go back to Jan's question, and we will go back to, where's a good spot? Okay, so we'll go back here. I have articles on every state, territory, and U.S. district, and that should say what you're looking for. So let me bring that up. And if I type in professorslots.com/ the 2-letter postal designation for your state, whatever state it is, it will go directly to that state. And if you move on down, each article has the same sections. And so you're looking for theoretical payouts and return statistics. There are theoretical payouts you didn't ask about, but the return statistics are by 4 state regions. And so there's a Shreveport, Bossier region. There is New Orleans region, Lake Charles region, Baton Rouge region, and I've listed the casinos within each section, each region. So they only do by region. Mississippi does that too, coastal region, etc., northern region, central region. So they break it up by region, not by casino. But some of these don't have very many casinos. And so this is the latest numbers that I pulled up from October 2020. But like I said, Friday it's coming up with the new numbers. So I'll update that by quite a bit if you're interested. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, regional statistics. Yep. Well, John does not video in casinos yet. I can see the need, and I recently realized that It's been done at one of my local casinos, so I know their marketing department will agree with some people on having a contract to allow that. I don't know if I pay or they pay or or what's going on. That'll be a new experience. And again, I'm not trying to make myself in entertainment. I'm trying to remain educational. Randy, thank you so much for saying thank you. I thank you for your thank you, and I appreciate that. No, you're the man, Randy. You're the man. And so improve your slots performance by in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free membership to my Slots Enthusiast Growth Network, where you'll get community support and accountability and meet some wonderful fellow slots enthusiasts and who are all specialists in what they like to do. And so we share and go back and forth about what works for us where. So visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about these free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. Okay, that's it. What a great live stream. I'll see you in my next live stream on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, watch this video on how to use my repeat 4x strategy to win at your